All right, what is up, nerds? Today we're gonna be talking about my fitness app. Hopefully, the goal with this series on the channel is one, to talk about the business side of an app, making money with it, how much money can you make with it, but two, also to talk about the work that goes into it, how it can be like passive income, but only really after you've actually like developed the app. And then three, hopefully y'all can give me good ideas so I can actually publish something for once and not feel like everything I do is terrible and not good enough, and get over my fear of being rejected by the internet as a whole. So happy times. So I've actually recorded this video 3 times, and every time it was just terrible. So hopefully this time is gonna be the one that works awesome. So before I get into it, basically the idea of Simpli, it started out as a food tracking app to track like your macros, proteins, fats, carbs. I did this in college and I actually made a bunch of money from it. So I'm gonna make a video after this one talking about how I made that money and how much I made and all that kind of cool stuff, because it was kind of cool being in college making that. So the app is called Simpli, Simpli with an I, not simply with an I, but just simply spelled with an I, because all the cool kids are misspelling their company names nowadays. But the original idea behind Simpli actually was a food tracking app to track your macros, your proteins, your fats, and your carbs. I did that in college and I actually made a bunch of money from that app, even though it was like complete trash, garbage app, terrible. I made a bunch of money. I'm actually gonna make a video talking about that after this one. Keep an eye out for that. The new version of Simpli is to track your workouts. And I know there's like a bunch of workout tracking apps out there, but there were 2 things that I really wanted to incorporate into this one. One, none of that like follow along with me kind of stuff. The initial version of Simpli has none of that. What it is for people who know how they want to lift, and all they want to really do is track their progress with their lifts. I want to know if I'm getting better with my bench press, with my squat, those kind of things. The second one is I wanted a way for influencers online to be able to share their workouts with their followers. If you look right now, a lot of influencers are doing this by sharing their workouts in their Instagram, like descriptions of their posts. It's like, I had a great workout today, and then it's just like a huge description of like all of their workouts. And I was like, well, wouldn't it be cool if they could just like share the whole workout and somebody could go just click a link and download that workout into their app? That is the end goal for Simpli. It's not there yet because I'm lazy and I haven't done those things yet, but it will be there eventually. When you first open the app, this screen is what I call the today's workout page. So this is your actual workout. This is where you're gonna see all your exercises, your sets, everything like that. You can like rename your workout if you want to. You can add exercises, select from a huge list. You can filter these exercises. There's a bug here, we're just gonna ignore that. You can start your workout from here, which I'm not gonna do yet. And then the second tab is your routines tab. And this is basically the tab where you can pre-make like workouts. And this is the idea that influencers would be able to like share this with their followers. So for example, I have a back day and a chest and triceps day. If I go into the back day, you can edit your routine, you can use the routine. I can edit the duration, make it, estimated how long I think it's gonna take. I think it's taking 1 hour 30. I can reorder exercises, I can add exercises. Basically everything you would need to do, you can do that in here, which is super cool. Now imagine, an influencer does a workout and they share it with their followers, easy as that. So if I go to back day and let's go to chest and triceps, hit use routine, go back to my home page, and I can see now I have this routine in my workout day. And if the routine had weights and reps for these sets, those would have also carried over. But if I go back into chest and triceps, none of these have set weights or reps yet, which is intentional. But if I wanted to, fill these out, I can then hit start workout, and my workout has begun. And what this means is now I can go through and complete sets. I can fill these in, complete. I can add new sets if I want to. It's not stuck to what the routine was. You can really do whatever you want with it. I can do things like reorder the workouts, so I can change these around, put dumbbell fly at the top. So this is kind of like how the main core part of the app works so far. It looks really good, but there's a whole bunch of garbage code holding this together. The next tab is the progress tab. And this is basically where I can go to see my history and my progress with certain exercises. So for example, if I wanted to look at my barbell row, there's a whole bunch of data here. So I've only logged this workout twice. And the graph at the top shows my max weight over time. So every time I do this workout, it'll take the max weight from that like group that I did and it'll add it to this page. So my max weight in both workouts that I used it for was 155. My average reps are 10. Average weight is 132. And then the estimated 1 rep max doesn't actually work yet. That's something I want to work on. I have to figure it out. I'm probably gonna make an episode about that because I don't know how to calculate that. I'll probably need help. If I go over to the next page, that's exercise info. And you can see actually the specific muscle groups that this exercise works. And then there's an about section, which is it's the same for every exercise because I'm lazy and I have to go through and actually add in how to do these exercises, and I haven't done that yet. So they all say the same thing until I get motivated. Back in the progress page, there's a calendar view, so you can actually go back and view workouts that you did, and then I can go into those workouts and see more detail about the actual weights and reps and exercises that I did. And then the last thing is this settings tab, which has a few cool things. The main thing is that you can actually scan your gym barcode if you have one, and it'll show up in the app. So like if I tap this and I already have a barcode scanned, it'll pull up the barcode so I can scan it at the register. You can change your units if you're a weirdo who uses metric. I think it's like 99% of the world. You can change it there, and all the weights and everything will adjust in the app to your proper unit. And then you can also change the app icon for whatever reason. That was just a fun one for me. And then the last thing is, this is the subscription page that everybody's gonna close out of anyways, but it looks really cool, so I wanted you to see it and appreciate it, because I spent like 4 days on this. I spent like 4 days working on this stupid subscription page. That is the app so far. Now, like for like the technical side of it, I'm doing all the programming. I did the app, I did the back end, and it's only going to be on iOS because Android's terrible and I don't know how to program in Kotlin, or I don't have an Android phone that I care to use. So iOS only. The next episode, I really want to work on figuring out how to do the 1 rep max calculation. I don't know exactly how I'm going to do that. I think it's going to be kind of difficult. I know there's equations out there, but the problem is that those equations are usually like, hey, with your trainer, do a weight that you can do 5 reps of, and then use this calculation to figure out how much you can do total. But the problem is, I can't ask people to do that really, so I have to somehow figure out from their entire history of that exercise, calculate a 1 rep max based off of like potentially hundreds of logs of that workout. Maybe I do something where I take your last 5, but that doesn't even work because your last 5 could have each been PRs or something. 1 rep max is probably my next thing I got to figure out. And then another thing I have to figure out is how to add rest timers. Rest timers are probably the one other thing that I can't release the app without. So that'll be fun. And then another episode I really want to do is talking about getting subscription set up, pricing, how I'm going to make money, all that kind of stuff. Because that part's super interesting to me. I think making money online is always perceived as this like passive thing, which like this could become if I publish it and it does good enough. But the problem is passive work takes a ton of active work initially to get going, and that's what this is going to be. Hopefully, y'all will be able to download Simpli in a few weeks here, maybe a few months, depending on how slow I move. I don't know. My next video up is going to be about how I initially made Simpli and made a couple $1,000s in college off of it. So if you want to see that, check back in a few days. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.